Hey everyone, and welcome. So, you've probably heard the name Langchain floating around in the AI world, and today we're going to break down exactly what it is. And we're going to do it with a really simple, but I think powerful idea that makes it all click.
To really get this, I want you to picture something for me. Imagine a large language model, like a GPT-4, as this brilliant, super intelligent brain. But it's stuck inside a jar. It's totally cut off from everything.
So, this brain, it knows a ton of stuff, right? But it can't actually do anything with that knowledge. It has no way to check the internet for what's happening right now. It can't pull out a calculator to do some math. It can't even look at a PDF you just saved. It's incredibly powerful, yeah, but it's also fundamentally trapped. So, how do we get that brain out of the jar? How do we connect it to the real world? Well, that is the exact problem Langchain was built to solve. Think of it as the AI's nervous system. It's the open-source toolkit that builds the arms, the legs, and the senses, finally letting that powerful brain reach out, interact with, and actually take action in the world around it.
Okay, so how does it actually do that? How do you build this nervous system? Well, it all comes down to a handful of core components that fit together perfectly. Let's take a look at the essential building blocks. First up, and the clue is right there in the name, are chains. This is the absolute heart of the whole thing. The easiest way to think of a chain is like a simple recipe. It just links a bunch of instructions together in order. Step 1, take some input. Step 2, mix it with a prompt. Step 3, send that to the AI. And maybe step 4, send the result to another tool. It's all about creating a workflow, and it's the foundation for pretty much anything you'd want to build. Next, we've got indexes and retrievers. This is how you give the AI the ability to read your stuff, your specific documents. It takes your private data, say a folder full of your company's internal reports, and it structures it in a way that the AI can instantly search and find the most relevant bits of information to answer a question. This is the magic behind almost all those question answering over your documents apps you see. And then there's this really cool piece, memory. See, without memory, every single question you ask an AI is like starting a brand new conversation from scratch. Memory is what gives the AI context. It's what lets it remember what you guys were just talking about 2 minutes ago. And that's what turns a clunky Q&A into a real flowing conversation.
And all of this leads up to the most powerful part of the whole system, agents. Now, this is where things get really, really cool. An agent flips the script. It turns the AI from just a passive thing that spits out information into an active problem solver. It actually uses the language model as a reasoning engine to look at a problem, figure out what tools it needs, like, I need a search engine for this part, or I need a calculator for that. And then it goes and uses them to get the job done.
Now, I know that can sound a little abstract, so let's make it super concrete. Let's walk through a perfect real-world example of an agent taking a tricky prompt and turning it into a series of actions. Okay, so look at this question. A normal LLM, it just can't answer this. Why? Because it's actually two separate problems smashed together. First, you have to find a real-time fact, the president's current age. And then you have to do math. To do that, it needs tools. And here's how an agent just demolishes this problem. It's so smart. First, it gets the prompt. Then its little reasoning engine kicks in, and it thinks, okay, step 1, I need the president's current age. I don't know that offhand, so I'll use my search tool. Beep, boop, boop. It gets the age. Then it thinks, all right, now I have the number. I need to raise it to the power of 2. For that, I need my calculator tool. Beep, boop. It does the math. And then, finally, it puts it all together and gives you the final correct answer. It's this simple, elegant, step-by-step process. So, what's the big deal here? This isn't just some neat little tech demo. This capability is a fundamental game changer. It's what elevates an AI from being a simple glorified chatbot into a true digital co-pilot that can actually do complex work for you. And the possibilities this unlocks are just huge. We're talking about everything from creating a custom chatbot that has memorized your company's entire internal wiki, to building autonomous agents that can go out and do research for you, or even analyzing complex data just by telling it what you want in plain English. I mean, just imagine being able to give a command like this. An agent built with Langchain could literally take that PDF report, use its tools to read and understand it, pull out all the key financial data, and then generate a perfect, concise summary for you. That's the level of real-world power we're talking about. But of course, let's be real, no tool is a silver bullet. Langchain is incredibly powerful, but it's important to have a balanced view. So let's take a quick, honest look at the pros and the cons.
On the plus side, it speeds up development like crazy. It gives you a standard way to build these apps, and the community is absolutely massive. But on the downside, because it's doing so much under the hood, it can be a real headache to debug when something breaks deep inside one of those chains. And the library moves so fast, it can be a challenge just to keep up with all the changes.
So if you remember just one thing from all this, let it be this. Langchain is the essential toolkit that gets that brilliant AI brain out of the jar. It's the nervous system that gives it the power to reason, to remember, and most importantly, to finally act in our world.
And really, that just leaves us with this one fascinating thought to chew on. We are right at the very beginning of this. We're just now learning how to build these complex nervous systems for AI. So the real question isn't just about what it can do today. It's about what we're going to empower it to do tomorrow.